Hey everyone, good to see you. I am so excited to be back with you today live, where I'm going to be talking about something that's really, really heavy on my heart today as I'm looking at the next 90 days, right? Who here is like, wow, 90 days left of 2021. That's what I have left. That's what's available to me to create and accomplish what it is that I want to accomplish. And I'm wondering if you feel like you've lived up to your full potential, like you've accomplished everything that you wanted to in the last 3 quarters, and you're feeling like I have fully maximized my potential. And if you're like me and most other people, you're saying, you know what, I've done well, or I've tried, or I've accomplished some things, but like, I know there's a whole nother level. Like, I know I haven't lived up totally to my true potential. And I feel driven toward that. I feel like there's more in the tank in terms of my ability to create income. There's another level of impact. There's another level of service. There's another level of success, not just in business, but also in life, health and wellness and relationships. But I'm wondering, because as entrepreneurs, we really do dive deep into learning how to grow our business and our income. And what comes with that is this revelation of leaning into and understanding my potential and how do I get access to it. So if you're here with me live or you're listening to this on the podcast, this is the live version of the Epic Success podcast. And we're going to be talking today about how to crush the next 90 days, the last quarter of 2021. And if you're listening to this later, this will apply in 2022 and onward. But how do I lean in and truly maximize my potential? How do I accomplish more in the next weeks than I have all year? And how is it that those who seem to always accelerate, always achieve and accomplish their goals seem to continue to accomplish more and more and more? It's like this compound interest of success that you see and observe in the top 1%. So if you're ready to crush the last quarter of 2021, if you're ready to maximize your potential, if you're ready to lean into a limitless life, like the idea of not striving to the point where you're exhausted, not deciding to not show up for events and just spending more hours working and feeling like you can never quite get ahead, not feeling like the income and the potential in your business is capped, but limitless income, limitless impact, limitless success as you define it. And we're going to be diving deep into this in an upcoming live event. This is going to be the event of the year. You're not going to want to miss this. You can go to mylimitlesssuccess.com. And if my team is with me there, I would love for you to put that in the live chat. Mylimitlesssuccess.com is where you get registered for this live event where we are going to be breaking down this brain-based success system that once you learn this toolkit, once you learn how to not just learn the tools and the strategies of how your mind wires success finally so it's easy and effortless and fast, but how can it do it again and again and again? And how can you create the success that you really want? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes we get caught up in this what's next syndrome. I call this the stop syndrome. We're going to be diving deep into this in the live event, where a lot of entrepreneurs will do this. We don't have to be encouraged to put our foot on the gas, right? If you're here with me live, let me know that in the chat. Like, I don't have to convince you to go try to buy the courses, to listen to the person that you think is the expert in lead gen or sales or coaching or whatever. Hopefully that's us on the coaching side of things. But what we will do is we will start something And we're all in. We're like, yes, my foot's on the gas, let's go. And then I feel like I can't quite understand it. I've tried to implement it, it doesn't work. I can't quite get all the pieces to work. I don't fully understand it. Your brain starts kind of giving you breaks and makes you start to just get concerned that you're putting it out there. It starts arguing with you about your ability to do it, about your worthiness of doing it, about people viewing you as an expert. All of those stories that you'll learn in the event are on autopilot already. And there is a magical system to erase them within literally minutes. But you stop, right? So then you're like, wait a minute. Maybe webinars wasn't it for me. Maybe I've got to do a challenge. And then you go over and buy the challenge thing and you put your foot on the gas again. Tell me if you've had this experience where you start and you stop and you start and you stop. And it feels like you're moving, right? It feels like you're trying to make progress. We're working off the to-do list. But when you stop at night and you put your head on the pillow and everything's quiet, you know there's so much more that you want to accomplish. You know that there's a whole nother gear, a whole nother level of impact, more clients that you want to see transformed. And a lot of people who follow me, you know, you might even have a product, but you're wanting to transform people's lives with that product, right? We as entrepreneurs that put our family and our faith and our calling and our impact first, we just can't turn that off, right? We put our head on the pillow at night and we say, like, there's just more. Like, I want more income, yes, and the freedom that that creates for my family. And I want more impact because I really have this big mission and this big vision, but how? So you chase strategy after strategy after strategy. And I know this through myself and through my clients before I was able to understand this toolkit, this GPS of how our mind wires success. And once you know this, you can't unlearn it. That's the great news. Once you understand these things that hold you back, and then also the accelerants, the things that you already have available to you in your mind, that once you learn how to put them in the right order and operate with the GPS that's given to you, just accelerates your success so fast that you can't even imagine, right? More in weeks than you've done in years, not because of a new strategy, but because of the thinking that's getting you to be able to operate that strategy. I mean, if you really think about it, I think about what is the difference between like that struggling, hustling, haven't even made, 5 figures in your business yet, to that 7-figure business owner, that top 1%, right? The people that we look up to, the people that I look up to. Well, the difference really is they have in their mind an automated thinking pattern that they don't have to even try to access. It is running success for them. And that's why you feel like time and time again, they get from success to success to success, from struggling to automated success, from unclear and not knowing what to do and how to get there and how to get past that level, how to break through that glass ceiling to complete clarity, right? To not only clarity, but trust in what you have to offer and put out into the world. And then feeling like when you're in the old way of thinking and you're at this outside in model and you're really stopping and starting and doing all that, time seems to just be slipping away. It just seems like there's never enough time. There's not enough of you to go around. And boy, do I remember this feeling. I remember I've shared this story and I'll probably share it again if you listen a lot, but I remember being in the business, wishing I was with my kids, right? And then being over at my daughter's soccer game when she was like 3 years old. And she was out there running and, it's so cute when they're running around when they're that little. And I'm on my phone because I'm feeling like, gosh, if I could just get one more sale, if I could just impact one more person, right? So I'm on my phone and I'm sending that very last email, not being able to be present with the very person and persons that I was doing this all for. And then she runs up to me and she said, Mommy, did you see my goal? I finally made a goal. And my heart sunk because I couldn't say yes. My face, my hands, I was on my phone and I missed that moment. I missed being able to be present for one of the humans that I am doing this all for. And I can't get that moment back, right? And I don't know about you, but a lot of why I want to create a really mega successful business is, yes, to impact millions and help entrepreneurs train their brain to transform their life and business. But it's also so that I can be there for soccer games, so that I can see the recitals. So I know I only have so many summers, right? Time is one of those things that, yes, we all have 24 hours in a day, just like the multimillionaire, billionaire has the same 24 hours, but different than money, different than anything else is time. You can't get time back, right? And the moments, the experiences that you create for your family, with your friends, with the relationships that are important to you in life, that's what makes this life successful to me. You know, what is it for you? What drives your success at the end of the day? Because it's not a number in the bank account. So we're looking for the accelerant in the money, but the money isn't what creates that success, right? It's the thinking and the automations of the thought processes. And the great news is two things I want you to know from today's podcast. Number one, the potential that you have is not outside of you. It's given by God. It's in you already. You were given this massive potential that is meant to impact tons of people, transforming their lives into better lives, better businesses, better health, better wellness. You're called to make an impact in this life. And you were given all the potential that you need. Yet we still don't feel like we've really lived up to that true, full, maximized potential. Why? Because all those automations, all those old stories, all that outside in old broken models are literally like a chain holding you back. And I always say with my entrepreneurs, because we're driven individuals, right? So we put our foot on the gas all the time. I don't have to encourage you to put your foot on the gas. That start is always going, but we have our foot on the brake at the same time without our knowledge and without our permission. And then we're wondering, why can't I get forward? We need to snap the chain so that you can be accelerated in your success. And this one event that we're doing this year, the rest of it, October 14th is when it starts, is going to be like gas on a fire for you. You're going to learn not only how to quickly neutralize and erase those things that are literally been chaining you back without your knowledge, but we're going to give you the entire brain-based success system and teach you how to automate it. So your potential, you go from limited potential to maximized potential, right? You go from limited income to limitless income. And I'd like to know who would be up for limitless income and limitless impact, going from how do I reach people? How do I get them to listen to me? I don't know how, to having more clients than you can ever imagine, making bigger impact and creating legacy, right? So that when you're gone from this planet, that there are people that can look back at the people that you've impacted and see your potential, see the work of your hands, see how that percent of what only you had was able to transform lives. And we might not know at this side of heaven, we might find out later of somebody that went on to, huge heights, or somebody that really impacted and saved lives in Africa, or someone who was quiet behind the scenes as a client, but then they went on to help moms in need, or they went on to a multi-billion-dollar business and that had created thousands and thousands of jobs. We won't ever know necessarily the legacy that we get to leave, but I do know this: if we are held back and we never fully step into our true, already present, God-given potential, that to me, you guys, is failure. Is failure in and of itself when you're moving toward your potential, when you're moving toward the goals, when you're moving toward the success that you want to create. Failure is just a catapult, right? Write that down if you're writing notes right now. Failure is just a catapult. But the biggest failure of all is not understanding that you have everything you need in the mind that you've been given, and you have all the potential to do everything that you've been dreaming about since the beginning of your vision and beyond. But you got to have the operating system, right? And this is why I am so passionate and why we're doing an event. Now, the event is, we're doing it for 4 separate days, about an hour each day. So within 4 to 5 short hours, you will have the entire blueprint for your brain success. And not just that, but how do I automate this so that it creates success upon success upon success and accomplishments that allow you to truly maximize your potential. So when you put your head on the pillow at night, you really start to say, it is well. It is well. I am good. I am good in my relationships. I am good with my wellness. I am good in impacting others. I am successful, right? And there's a right and a wrong way to create success. There's a right and a wrong way to create goals. There's a right and a wrong way according to how your brain is wired, right? There is a way that you can put it on autopilot and accelerate it without effort, or you can try the old broken model that you have been trying, which is work harder, hustle harder, sacrifice more of what matters most in the effort of when I get to X, then I will show up for them. And you can try that, but you're smart. So if working harder equals success, you would already be there. You would already be there because you're smart. You're so smart, right? So you would figure it out. If the equation work harder, more hours, more sacrifice equals success, then you would already be there. There's a reason why you haven't maximized your potential yet. There's a reason why that you have dreams and visions that you haven't quite gotten to yet. And if you're anything like me, you're sitting with 90 days left of the year and you're saying to yourself, I want to end this year strong, and I want to end this year accomplishing what I set out to accomplish. And this live event is going to give you that toolkit that you never knew was sitting right beside you the whole time. And it's like you've been operating off of MapQuest. You remember MapQuest, where you had to go in and like print out a piece of paper to try to get somewhere? That's what this old way, this hustle harder, work harder methodology. And then, being in this live event, learning this limitless life, learning the success accelerants that are available to you in your brain. It's like downloading GPS and never needing a map again. It's just going to take you right to the destination time and time again. So that's what I wanted to talk about today. How do we lean into our maximized potential? How do we truly get that next level of success? How do we get more time, more clarity, more energy, more money, more income, more of what the success that we want to create in our lives, better relationships, more wellness? And how do we do that easier and faster than we ever thought possible? You can't build a house without a blueprint. That would be crazy. But yet we go and try to build businesses and create successes without the very blueprint that operates everything. So that's what we're going to be breaking down for you live. You will not be the same after this live event. So go to mylimitlesssuccess.com and I'll see you on October 14th, where we start breaking down your brain-based success accelerant blueprint. And it's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait to see you at our live event, October 14th. And in the show notes, you'll see the link. But remember, the potential is already inside of you. The blueprint and the map is already available to you. We just got to give you the tools and the systems in the right order so that you can start truly accelerating your success faster and easier so you can have fun again in your business and enjoy the life that you're doing it for. All right, that's what I have for you this week on the Epic Success Podcast. Bye for now.